Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Yes, I just went on live a few minutes ago with a life care coaching call, but now it's all about our early Father's Day celebration. Today, I have a very special guest, Azleen Ibrahim, the co-founder of Marketing in Asia. But before I bring Azleen on stage, let me tell you first about Working Moms Academy, who I am and what we do. Yes, for those of you who don't know me yet, every week, every Friday, my weekend here in Dubai, I go live doing career coaching calls, live webinars, live interview with successful women, mothers, and successful people because Working Moms Academy is all about helping mothers overcome stress and burnout by sharing life tools that education lacks through training, coaching, and community of mothers working together. Today, I have a very special guest for Father's Day, Azleen Ibrahim, because I want to hear from a husband and a father's perspective how mothers like me can become better people, parents, and partners. And for the past few months, we had a lot of live webinars on time management, on health, on wealth, on finances. We also featured last month for Mother's Day parenting practices from different cultures from Australia, from Puerto Rico, from India, and also from Australia. So today, before I bring Azleen on stage, let me just have a quick story about Azleen. There was I remember there was a webinar by Marketing in Asia, and I attended that. And when I heard Azleen speak, there is something, when you hear a voice of a person, you can feel the purpose, you can feel the meaning of what he do. And when I heard that conversation, and especially when those people were sharing their experience working with Marketing in Asia, I was inspired to write my first article because I know this is the right people for me to work with. They are purpose driven. And let me just read more about Azleen and what he do. Just hold on. Let me just open that one. So, Azleen, I'm very excited to have you. But before I bring you on stage, let me just give more information about Azleen. Azleen is the co-founder of Marketing in Asia, a content sharing platform that makes it easy for people to enjoy articles, infographics, podcasts, slides, and videos online. His personal mantra is to empower people with meaningful content so that they're able to elevate their online presence and play like a pro. He helped many individuals and brands across Asia with their marketing strategy and its execution. Some of them are Pelangi Publishing Group, Malaysian International Halal Showcase, Halal Expo Dubai, wow, Dubai, Al-Ikhsan Group, Iskandar Investment, NanoMalaysia, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, Universiti Utara Malaysia, Viviamo, Inc. Philippines, and AXA-Affin General Insurance. Yes, I know Azleen have so much more to share to do, so let me bring him on stage. Hi, Azleen. Thank you for saying yes to this. I'm very, very
Hello.
excited.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, Azleen, when is Father's Day in Malaysia celebrated? I know in most countries it's Sunday. It's going to be June 20, and some people celebrating it on June 21. How about in Malaysia? When is it going to be celebrated?
It's gonna be this Sunday.
Oh, this Sunday also, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's very good. So,
yeah.
Azleen, can you tell us first? I know I don't want this to be a very strict conversation. I just want it to flow. Can you tell us first how long have you been married and how long were you a father?
I've been married for 19 years.
Wow, that's a long
I'm
time.
I'm 47 today. I'm 47 this year. I was married from 2002.
Oh,
And then a year later, I got my first child. It's a son. Yeah, now I have four kids.
wow. So meaning you're married for 19 years and you became a father. You're not father now for 18 years, a father to four children, right? Correct? Wow. So we have so much to learn from you today, Azleen.
Yeah.
You're the pro. You're a professional already in terms of being a great husband and a great father, right?
I hope so. Yeah, I'm still learning, but
Okay, so let's start with the first question. How did your life change when you become married? I know a lot of people, they're scared of getting married because of the commitment. And, I remember before I got married in the office, a lot of men are coming to me. They will say, Wanda, don't get married. It's gonna
yeah.
change. So just stay like this. And I was like, really? So, and a lot of people, they got scared of that word marriage. It's a big commitment. Can you just share how did your life change when you get married?
It's like you are running a business on your own, and then suddenly you want to grow the business and you want to make it more significant, and you want to have a team. So, like it or not, if you want to grow your business, you can't do it alone, right? So you need to have a team, then you can leverage the effort and so on. So for me, marriage is a teamwork, and
Mm.
you need to communicate a lot, and you need to share. No secrets. Be transparent, and I would say you are heading towards one similar goal. So my life changed a lot actually, from a very complicated one into something simple.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
good. So thank you for sharing. I love Asleen how you shared that
Yeah.
marriage is like a business, right? That if you want to grow, you need to have a team with you. That's actually a good perspective, right? To say that, oh, I'm now into business, I want to expand. I want now to marry and have a team working with me. So you
Hmm.
said your life has become complicated to becoming simple when you get married. Wow, that's actually the reverse of what others have experienced. How did married life simplify your life?
When I get married, I just need to focus on only two things. One is
Okay.
to focus on the offensive. Okay, when you play a sport, right? There is always
Uh-huh.
offensive and
Uh-huh.
also defensive. So
Correct.
on my part, I just focus on the offensive and also on the operation. Meaning,
Mm.
the offensive means I need to figure out, I need to execute the plan on how to make more money and how to create a very sustainable life for me and the family. Now, on the operation wise, I need to work with my wife on the day to day. Operations. Yeah, I call it operations. So all the morning activities, the noon activities, the evening one at night. It keeps on going. I mean, it's a routine basically. So I do have to figure on the defensive part, which is very difficult for me, and I don't have a strength in that. So actually, my wife is the one who is helping me on that part. So she is helping me to actually manage all the money, all the
Mm.
income, where to spend, how to spend it, where to save, invest, and so on. So and she is also helping me on the operation. So it's offensive, operation, and also defensive. So I just have to take care of of only half of the responsibilities, and the rest is on the other side. So yeah, I mean that's how I run the things. Yeah, yeah.
I can sense how much a business-minded person you are, Aslin. As you speak about marriage and partnership, you also, put the ingredients of business, as you said, operations is managed by you and your wife. And I know, I agree, right? I mean, especially when you have children, some days are routinary, but as you said, the father, you are on the offensive side, making sure that the money comes, sustainable living is always there, and you're providing for the family. And I know You already shared some great tips in the beginning that in marriage you need to have open communication, transparency. They said according to United Nations statistics globally, there are about 50% divorce in number of people getting separated compared to 1970s. This is quite alarming, right? Because I know how much children, are impacted by parents' divorce and separation. So, other than open communication, other than being transparent, other than treating this marriage as a business where you work together in operations and all, what are some of the other tips? How did you stay married for 19 years? What is your What are your secrets?
I don't have secrets actually.
Okay.
I think number one is obviously I would say communication. Um, so when a country is at war, right, there is a few things that is going to be key if you want to win the war, and
Hmm.
one of them is actually communication. So if the enemy were to cut down your communication with the rest of your group, then you are going to lose the war. So for me, actually, marriage is all about that. Number one, you need to talk. If you talk, then your I would say your relationship will be much more closer, and the bond is going to be very strong. And then number two, you need to know who are you going to marry actually, because it's so the level of the mentality is also important. Um, if the mentality is not similar at the similar level, then I believe I'm going to have a problem. So I've seen my friends who somehow married, I mean, the love of their life, which are not at par in terms of the mentality. They were facing problem, and I think most of them have divorced.
Hmm.
So it's the level of the mentality is also one of the key. And the third one I would say is I married to my best friend. Then I
Oh.
can share a lot. Yeah, I share a lot of stuff almost every day. So I think it will make life easier if you are very close with the one that I mean, with your spouse. Yeah.
Those are great tips, Azleen. Thank you for sharing. For those of you who are watching us live or on replay, this is the live interview with Azleen, the co-founder of Marketing in Asia. We're talking about marriage. So I asked him the three tips, some tips he can share how he stayed married for 19 years because statistically more than 50% of people are now divorced compared to 1970s. Three things you shared as number one is communication. I definitely agree with you that on that. They said 80% of problems is because of communication. And actually, 80% can be resolved also because of communication. Right? It's the absence or the lack of communication, I learned, that makes any marriage or any relationship work for that matter. Second, you also talk about mentality. I know a lot of people outgrow the relationship, right? Maybe you married, it's a love marriage, but at the end of the day, you end up, dropping the marriage because more than the love, the mentality of one person is already a gap. So I agree with you. That mentality is you need to be aligned, right, with your partner in terms of having those, but the communication I think is also the one that will resolve it. And as you said, best friends, you have to be best friends with your partners. It's a lifetime commitment, right? And if you can have that bond as good as a friend, then that is really something that is more meaningful. Okay, now we spoke about marriage and your wife. Now let's talk about your children.
I
So
like to
you
add one
said,
more.
oh, okay, yes,
Okay,
please, yes, please.
I like to add one more point for the number four. I think the one of the factor that actually make the years, sustainable is actually money. you know,
Ah,
this is one of the key points that I would like to emphasize. Without sustainable income, then I think the money will become a main issue for arguments. So I need to avoid this by actually making sure the money keeps on coming in as stable as possible.
I agree with you on that. I think
Yeah,
you are correct, Azleen. Money, people are very scared to talk about money actually.
yeah,
But it is
yeah,
good that you put it forward that for a marriage to work, so you might have a love marriage in the beginning, but without money, how can you sustain the love marriage that you have, right? How can you even raise a family for that matter? So,
yeah.
Azleen, just a follow up question on money. I know, you know, the thing is that nothing in education, nothing even in corporate or work experience have taught us how to manage money. So how are you managing your money well? I would love to hear some tips from you also before we jump to the parenting.
I don't manage it. I don't really manage it.
Okay, so the wife is
Everything,
managing the money.
everything that I have, I hand over to her, 100%.
Oh,
Yeah, 100%.
that's very good. I think
I don't know
every
about.
family have a different
I'm not sure
setup,
about
right?
the good part. Yeah, but I really trust the process. I,
Hmm.
I mean, because I don't have the strength in this thing. So she has a better hand, and also plan on that. So I just make sure that I keep on earning enough for her to run it.
Hmm. That's a
Yes.
very good one. So Aslin, you're saying the way you're managing the money is just to make sure you're earning enough, and then let the wife manage the money. I think there are different. I agree with you. If money management is not your core strength, then you should assign it to another person. I mean, like also in our family, some kind of investing is not my strength. So I would always tell my husband, I am into this stock investing, but only on the investing side, not the trading one. So it's if he's into trading, that is actually the risk he's managing, because it's not my area of expertise also. So I think every partnership, every marriage, the wife and the husband have their own strengths, and when you capitalize on that, yeah, it will be more peaceful, right?
Yeah, but sometimes I'm also curious, when there are a lot of stuff coming from Lazada or Shopee to my house on a daily basis. I was like, I need to ask also, what are you buying this time? So something like that.
I agree with you. Online shopping has become a therapy to many. So,
Yeah.
so when that box, when somebody rings the bell, right? Now the question is, whose box is that for and what's inside? My daughters
Yeah.
always do the investigation for me. So I agree with you. Now let's go to your life as being a father. It's Father's Day anyway. So as a father of four, how did your life change when you now became a father?
When I earn 100 ringgit or $100, I need to share with them. So that's how. And my portion usually, I would say, the least, because they have actually become my priority. So the wife, they actually, she knows where to spend it, but I would say I would say the bulk of this, what I call as investment, are for them.
Mm.
Education, activities that they need to do, and outdoor stuff, and clothes, whatever that they need, is actually being taken care of. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of needs now. All I need is just some portion for me to keep on running and earning. Um, I mean, to fuel up all the business that I have, I'm I'm good with it.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's good there. I think when you become a father, there's a lot of responsibility that goes into it, right? And as you said, if you're in $100, 100 ringgit, only a small portion is left with you because you have to take care of the family. Children is a very big expense, I'll say. They keep on growing. You need to keep on buying them clothes. Of course, you need to invest in their education. And as parents, that is the number one responsibility that we owe our children, right? A great education and providing for them. Now, how do you? I know. I mean, I only have two children, but I myself sometimes find it difficult to manage. So, how do you parent your children? Can you give us some parenting tips, Azleen?
In this house, there is a good cup and also bad cup.
Okay.
And the wife is the bad one. So all the
Oh.
yelling coming from her.
Okay.
Now, me, I'm just be there. Just make sure that everything is calm, and they have to do what they have to do. You know, I just have to explain to them why the yelling comes about. Why are you being yelled at? And what are the things that you have done, the wrong ones and the good ones. But now, as they grow up, there's less of those dramas. But as they grow up and as I age, I kind of miss, I mean, all those drama that when they were young. So this is one of the memories that I will miss, in a way. When you manage two, you have this level of drama, but you have four. Some of my friends has 10. So
Wow.
you can imagine all the stuff that is actually happening. But as they grow, then you start to miss them. You start to miss their younger version of, of themselves. I mean, that's how I see it.
Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that, Aslin. I love how you shared that your wife is the disciplinarian who's doing the yelling. You're like the diplomat, right? You're
Yeah.
like the diplomat who's explaining what's wrong, why the yelling happened. And I agree with you. I mean, my children are still young, I'll say. They're only 11 and 9. But I know, I also miss those younger years when we have that drama, when they're always like, mommy, mommy, mommy. Now, no, they have their own world, and I have to say, mommy's here, you might want to talk to me. So I think, for those mothers, for those parents who have younger children, I know it's kind of messy at the beginning, right? Nothing in life has taught us how to become parents, but as you age, as Lynn said, you start to think of, where are those years, right? You started to miss your children's drama, your own drama, for that matter, of what did happen to life.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
eh, you don't know what happened. So also, Aslin, there is some interesting statistics that says there are 264 million people suffering from depression. And this actually depression is not only affecting adults, but also a lot of children and young adults, they said. So can you share some tips? How did you take care of yourself and your family? I know Malaysia is still on a lockdown, right? So how did you take care of yourself and your family during those times?
So this is a very difficult question. When it comes to depression, I am also depressed actually, because one of our routine is to have a long drive.
Ah.
We like to drive 3-4 hours, 5-6 hours to the east coast, enjoy the beach. Because in my state here, we are having nothing but land. There's no beach,
Mm.
nothing. So I love water. So all my family members love water. Now somehow this thing, takes a toll on us. So
Mm.
what we do now is just to talk to each other, communicate, converse, having our meals, together during breakfast, lunch, and also dinner. Talk, watch TVs, listen to radios, reading. I mean, that's all that we can do anyway. And I still need to do my work, and the wife also needs to do her work. And they are schooling. They have to still deliver some of the homework that's been given. So they have to cover their own activities. We have to cover our own activities, and there are also certain activities that we need to do, together. So one of the most important thing that we can do together for now is the meal time.
Hmm.
Hmm. I mean, other than that, we are waiting for the lockdown to be lifted, and we want to go out again and enjoy the drive, staying in the hotel and stuff like that.
Yeah. I live in Malaysia for 1.5 years. I love Malaysia so much, right? And you look forward to those weekends and then you can just do the long drive, visit these beautiful beaches and then whatever place you want to visit, it's available all in Malaysia, right? So I mean, a lot of people, our lives has been disrupted, our routines have been
Yeah.
disrupted. But I agree with you. Time is right now the only thing we have, and being on time is one of the things that you can do. You make use of your time to make sure you commit and deliver what is expected of you, maybe at work, at school, for your children. And that's really something. And of course, having those, meaningful conversations, right, can definitely help a family go through this. Now, in terms of your children, I mean, for adults, it's difficult to go through this phase. Now, how are you helping your children overcome the challenges and stress of every day?
Yeah, they have their own mobile phone, so I don't really help them much. Uh, but one good thing about this mobile phone is that they are communicating with their friends.
Hmm.
But I have to make sure that all the conversation that they are having among themselves are not on a negative side. So I have to make sure that it is always on a positive, manner, and also constructive. I don't help much. I mean, even their level of maths also I can't even solve. It's very difficult. But we have to guide them. Who should they talk to? Which teacher that they should speak to for help. Friends. We have to know their friends, who they are, and where do they live. Who are their parents. So all these are quite normal for parents.
Thank you for sharing that, Asin. I agree with you. Initially I was thinking, is it okay for me to give my children mobile and also iPad? But, it is the way for them to connect with other people. It is a way for them to connect with their friends. And as parents, we can only give them supervision to make sure that they are getting the right, friends, they are watching the right thing, and it's not harming them. There's a limit to what we can do, but it's always about the guidance, right? And I agree with you. Even, oh my God, I was thinking, when you shared the maths that you cannot solve for your children, my children now have, they're only year 5 and year 7, they have coding, programming, robotics, and I was like,
Oh,
what? So they were crying at some point. It's like, Mommy, I don't know. It's like, I also don't know and have no idea how to help you. But I only told them, if you want to learn something, I can learn it with you. And I know it's available in the internet. So let's just be patient and do it together. And thankfully, they have learned when to escalate to mommy because there are really some things I cannot do and my husband cannot help. So they
yeah.
become self-learners, right? And actually, it is this technology that actually was helping them to learn, right? To learn new things that we parents can never guide. Now, Asleen, other than, being communicating with your children, other than overseeing what they're doing digitally, what are the other tips that you can give to other parents on how to raise children? There's no manual, right?
I'm still learning, by the way. So my eldest is already 18 years old.
Mm.
Yeah, and the youngest is I was primary four. Primary four will be uh, 11.
Okay.
11. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of tips or secret. You just have to know from your heart, from the reading and from the observation. What are the things that I need to do as a father, as a head of the
Mm.
family? What are the things that I should look for, or helping them with something, or maybe inspire them with some stories, some experience that I have. I mean, all those stuff, all from just observation that I've seen out there, my friends, or my experience that I had before, my wife experience, and sort of observation, reading, yeah, and just have to know the right and wrong of it. It's quite
Mm.
simple actually. You just have to execute it. That's all. Yeah, I don't
So
have secrets. I
I
do.
don't have secrets. I can sense that. From beginning you said, wait, I don't have secrets. But I think by hearing from you, Azlin, what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, you're a leader from the heart. See, as you said, right? You always just guide them from your heart, what's right,
Yeah,
what's wrong. And I think when you take guidance from your heart, that is where you're never wrong. Because you are taking actions for your children because of love, right? So that is how you are parenting. And I think if you stop parenting by logic of what others are doing, of what society is telling you to do, but if you parent from the heart, you will always know by observation what's best for your children, right?
yeah, yeah,
So Azleen, also let us talk about marketing in Asia. I know there's a lot of things that's
yeah.
happening in marketing in Asia. Can you share some exciting changes that we will expect?
Oh, now,
As the
now,
father of marketing in Asia.
okay. Marketing Asia is now being put on hold. Displaying new content for, I think, close to 3 weeks now. We are entering to week three now. We have a lot of thousands that we are migrating to the new platform. And the new platform is going to have a dashboard where the content creator
Oh,
is able to just upload it, and the review time will be lesser. It will take less than 24 hours. When I started back in 2017, we don't have money. Okay, and we use a lot of free tools. One of the tools that we are using was the Google Form.
okay.
Think you know, right? So all the content that is being uploaded, they have to upload it using a Google Form. So the team has to copy and paste it to the platform, and it'll take time. So that's why
Hmm.
the grace period is actually 48 hours. And the reason for the 48 hours is because we are receiving close to 30 content a day, which is a lot, and we need to filter. And only half, I would say 50 to 70%, are being accepted. So now we have a dashboard, which is much more easier, and now we have more money. Why more money is actually because last month I sold this brand and also the entire thing to one venture capital from India. So they are now the new owner of marketing in Asia, and I am no longer the owner. But they bond me for 5 years to run the day to day. So I'll stay around for a number of years. They say minimum 3 years, but in the contract they says 5 years. So it's between 3 to 5 years. I'm going to stay put for another 3 to 5 years, just to make sure everything goes smooth before I really hand over the whole thing. And they are expecting, we want to grow this thing to a global scale. One is, of course, we have the dashboard. The number two is We are going to bring in more brands into marketing in Asia. We are splitting marketing in Asia into two. One is
Mm-hmm.
actually for the individuals. So there's another one. There's another side which is actually meant for brand and also for those who wants to grow their personal brand, which is going to be under the business side. So if you were to have a presence on the business side, then you will have more exposure with the large companies, and you are able to secure more jobs or more freelancing gig or more projects from Asia. Yeah, so it's going to be much more interesting. So I think we are going to launch. It's not really launch; it's a soft launch or something like that. We are going to up this hopefully before July.
Wow, that sounds very exciting. So,
Yeah.
I am myself, I'm a contributor in marketing in Asia, and I am excited about the new platform. So, there will be something for individuals and businesses and brands, as you said. So, for those of your content creators, and if you
Yeah.
want to make a contribution, I think marketing in Asia is one of the best platforms. So, Azleen, first, I would like to thank you for saying yes to this interview. I learned a lot from you about marriage, about parenting, about having, marriage as a business also. So now, are there any things you want to promote? I mean, how can people get in touch with you? For those who want to work with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Let's connect on LinkedIn. You can just key in AZLEEN, then you'll see my name, Azleen Abdul Rahim, in full. I hope to be able to visit all my Philippines friends soon once everything is settled down. But the earliest I would say next year. I hope to fly down to Manila soon and then go and visit. I haven't seen Jen also, always on the online, although she is one of our editors. Virginia, Wanda, and there's a few others. So we have a very strong supporter. The strongest. We have a strongest supporter actually from Philippines. Yeah. Not
Of
Malaysia,
course,
not Singapore, not Indonesia, not US, not India, Philippines.
Of course, Aslin, we are here to support you in any way we can. If you plan to visit Dubai, send me a message. I'm here.
You're in Dubai.
Yeah, I'm in Dubai. But I
I
think
didn't
now
know.
with this digital world where we now operate, right, it doesn't matter where you are. So you can be
Mm.
digitally connected. So I'm very happy to connect with you. But I know visiting Manila is good, but please visit me in Dubai also. There's
I
no
need
more
to
quarantine here.
I need to save more money. I need to save more money.
Dubai is now fully operational, I'll say, as a business.
Right.
So yeah, it's operating as normal. If you want to go to the beach, you can go anytime. There's no more restrictions. So we're really back to normal. So it's the best place to be now, I'll say. So
Right.
again, Azleen, thank you very much. Please connect with Azleen on LinkedIn, Azleen Ibrahim, and also Marketing in Asia. Follow him. And I know Azleen is very good on marketing strategies, right? So please connect with us, Azleen. Wishing you advance happy Father's Day. Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time. Wishing to
Thank
seeing
you,
you
Wanda.
finally someday, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Have a
Thank you,
great day,
Wanda.
everybody. Bye. God bless you. Have
Bye.
a great weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.